Hello, my name's Anita, I'm the Violet Stitcher and this is Floss Tube number 5. First of all, I'd like to say welcome to all my new subscribers. I'm really not sure how it's happened, but in the last 2 weeks I appear to have gained 70 subscribers, which is more than double what I had before in the previous 3 months. So, I mean, that's great. Welcome to all of you. Please let me know where you've come from so that I know who to thank for bringing you over here, or maybe you found me randomly. Thank you very much, YouTube randomness. Excellent. And welcome to my original subscribers. Welcome back. Thank you very much for sticking with me, and hopefully these Floss Tube videos are somewhat improving. Yes. So I've decided to do a Floss Tube within 2 weeks, which is much earlier than I would normally do, basically because quite a lot has happened. I went to my first retreat, which was really good. And yeah, so I've got quite a bit to ramble on about, and some, obviously, some stitching to show you as well. So first of all, you may hear some noises in the background, and that's because the rat cage is in here with me today. So if I just move the video over, you can see. Oh, and the reason the rat cage is over there is because we are cat sitting my grand kitty, Miko. So if he pops in and out, he's only allowed in this room supervised. He is my son and his girlfriend's cat, so hence my grand kitty. His name is Miko. He's a bit one and a bit. They're off to Turkey for a week. Very nice. So he gets to stay with us. And this is the second day he's been allowed in this room, because we were just leaving him in one room just while he got comfortable with us and the new situation and everything. But he's been steadily getting braver, and now he just jumps on my desk with no notice at all. So that'll be interesting working with him around for the rest of the week. So yeah, apologies for all the menagerie around me, but that's what we've got. So the retreat, yes. So I went to the Not Only but also Mirabilia retreat in Northampton, and that was it last weekend? Is it only last weekend? Yes, it was only last weekend, and that was great fun. I met some really lovely people. Everyone was really kind. However, my anxiety got the better of me in some places. That's Miko wobbling the table, because I failed to sleep properly at all, and I think once I'd managed to meet some people and establish that group of friendly people, I'm like, oh, I've made the effort. That was very brave of me. And now I've done that. That's my bravery for the entire weekend. And I meant to go round tables and because people were stitching some really interesting things. But I didn't manage it much at all. And there was Faye from Fairy Floss on a separate table to me. And I didn't manage to go and talk to her very much, just simply because I was really surprised at how anxious I was about the whole thing, and a little bit frustrated by it all, got to say. So it was clearly, I was struggling a bit and it was out of my comfort zone. So I'm going to do it again to myself, and things will get better, and I will become braver, because that's the only way to improve. But having said that, it was lovely, and I did have a good time, but thoroughly exhausted afterwards. Hello, Miko. Just wandering around. I might have to move him out of the room. Yeah, so I was thoroughly exhausted afterwards, but it was good, and it was lovely to spend time with people who share your passion for stitching, and you could talk about stitching, you could see what other people were stitching. It was great, and I should have taken some pictures, and there was a whole load of finishes and a competition of the best finish. I didn't enter anything because I was far too nervous about that. Maybe next time, we'll see. But if you want to go and see those videos, which I didn't take, I know that Lynn, the Lancaster Stitcher, did do some videos, and I will put her link down below in the comments. And also, I know Faye did as well, and Lauren did a lot of videos as well. Yeah. Oh, so on my table, I found this, as I said, I found a great group straight off. So I got there on Thursday, and I thought, right, I can be brave. I can go to the bar, and I can make friends, and then we're done. we're sorted for the rest of the weekend. I actually met some people in the car park because they saw my bag of stitchy stuff sticking out, and so yes, so they said meet us in the bar later. So I did that, and I ended up sitting on a table with I'm going to check my notes because I don't want to miss anyone out. Sam, Rachel, Liz, Ina, and Lauren. Lauren has her own floss tube, Cross Stitch Bunny. I will link her below as well. It's very good. You should definitely watch it. Ina had stitched a ridiculous number of pieces. Like the stack on the finishing table was this high of just hers, and it was incredible, and they were all beautiful. And I said to her later, I thought that was a stack of just lots of people. No, it was all hers. And she apparently at one point had 175 works in progress on the go, and she had now cut it down. Oh, maybe it was 150, and now cut it down to 75. I was like 75 whips would freak me out. I would get really worried about that. I mean, I've got quite a few as it is, and I'm already thinking, oh, I don't know, that's a bit too many. Maybe I should finish some things off first before I start new ones. I mean, not that that's really stopped me, but that is in the back of my mind. So yeah, so they were lovely, and it was great, and I am going to go and book myself another one. Maybe there's a bee stitchy retreat in February, which is in Devon, which is slightly closer to me. So I'm still dithering, but I think I'm verging on the yes, I am going to go to that. So I should get myself in gear to do that. Anyway, onto the stitching. That's what you're here for, obviously. So let's do the full coverage ones first. Let's go for my favourite. So, Dragon Clans. Here she is. Now, I will put in a picture of what this looks like completely finished in the corner. And I finished off, I haven't bothered taking out the Q-snap because I'm being lazy. I think I finished off, let's just remove that magnet. The claws here on the rock, and the bottom, you can see the dragon, the tips of the red dragon coming up, of the wings. And I have started the scales of her neck. And then I think we move down to, what do we move down to? I think it's rock. I think it's more rock down here. And then I will move along. I'm moving along to the next purple dragon over here somewhere. But as you can see, I was going pretty well. And I am at, I should have checked before I did this video. I'm at 18, it's like 18.7% or something. Yeah, so there she is. That's cool. Let's stick that over there. And then the next, did I show you that? I can't remember. Anyway, the next section of the Wind in the Willows, Sal, came out, and it is, I haven't got very far, and I haven't done any more on the other parts, so I won't bother to take it out the Q-snap. I'll take it out next time. It is I'll put in a picture of what it is, and it's the background to Paisley Rabbit's house and a bit of the garden behind what she's seeing. It comes all the way up here, and there's some sky at the top. Now, as you can see, I have not done all the framework part of this. Sorry, I'm just checking that the rats are okay. I haven't finished the framework part of this, so as I go up, I will probably fill in the framework as I go for this part But it's coming along. There's, you know, it's a continuation of the rest of the trees outside. It's kind of relaxing because it's just a nice green stitch. Although I think Paisley Rabbit could have chosen some nicer wallpaper, if it indeed it is wallpaper, because it's just brown all the way up, and then becomes darker brown. So, but obviously, you know, I would have gone for purple clearly, but she has not. She's gone for brown. There we go. So that's that. This is, oh, no, I failed to say, this is Paine Free Crafts Wind in the Willows Stitch Along. I should say I'm actually a follow along because I'm not keeping up in the slightest, and it will continue for a couple of years, I reckon. Oh, this is my new, one of my new needle minders. So there's this Etsy, she has an Etsy shop called Agnes, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, Agnes Little Minders. She's from Wales, and she does these dragons made, I don't know what it's made from, clay, and they're lovely. Look how nice they are. And I mean, they're not cheap. They cost about 40 quid, and I keep saying to myself, well, I'm not going to buy another one because I already have two now. I mean, how many dragon needle minders does a person need? And but no, each time she brings out another beautiful one, and I'm like, oh, just this time. So yeah, I'm sure that'll happen to me again next time she has a sale. They sell really quickly. I have to set a reminder. Oh, I said this last time, didn't I? I remember now. You have to set a timer, and then you get one. Hopefully, if you're lucky. So that's that one. Let's talk about the Mirabilias that I stitched at the retreat. So the first one was Berry Collector. Now it's pretty. I put up a picture of. Oh no, actually, I can show you. I can show you what it looks like when it's done, and I will put up a picture of where I was last time. Miko, not that bag. No. Oh dear. Right. So that's happening. He's just climbing into the bag of all the soft polyfill that I have. Okay. Yeah. So this is how far I've got. So I've finished her. Which arm was it? It was this arm, wasn't it? I finished her arm. Oh, that stitching 1/1 is finally done. So I finished her arm, and I did all these berries, and I finished her other leg. I've forgotten which one it was. Possibly this one. And I did all the grass. And I got a new needle minder at the retreat from Denkai Designs. I'm watching Bob Burgers at the moment, so that was quite cool. And I've started, now that I finished all of that, when I got back from the retreat, I started putting some beads in. So I've started doing all the beading around here. Or if I show it underneath, that might be better. So, yeah, so I did all this grass. And that's the arm that I finished, and these are the berries. And you can see, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but so these, oh, hello cat. These berries I stitched years and years ago, and that's a water lily, the purple and the green. That's a Karen water lily, and it's obviously slightly faded because this purple that I did a couple of days ago is much brighter, and I don't know what I did. I must have left it in the sunshine. Newbie error, but there we go. It's done now. I can't be bothered to take it out again, but you can see that it's really faded over here compared to here, which is interesting. Okay, cat, what are you doing? Anyway, so I've put in her beads around her head, which match her mask. I'm substituting all my beads. All the threads are substituted. All the threads are substituted because at the time of doing this, I just used what I had from stash. I didn't have a lot of money. Okay, cat, move out of the way. Thank you. So yeah, so I've put some of these black beads in. These come all the way around, so I've got more of those to go. And I'm having a bit of dilemma for the some of the beads at the bottom. there's a mixture of, if you look at the what's called for, there is, so I show you, go to the main thing. At the bottom here, there are 2 different sizes of beads, and actually the larger beads are also used around the bottom of her dress here. And there are a mixture of silver, bronze and goldish. And I'm not overly keen on that, but I can't decide what else to use instead. And I might go with some purples and greens. I've got some silvery greens which might go quite well. So I think that's what I'm going to do there. But we will see. I haven't quite decided. Right. Excuse me, Miko. Oh dear, why did I decide to film with a cat in the room? I might just leave this the picture of him just sitting underneath the other camera now. Right, and so yeah, I carried on with that one and did quite a lot. Okay, come on. There we go. And then I said I was going to restart my Mediterranean Mermaid, which I did twice because I was quite exasperated by the whole thing. So I'm not going to take it out of the Q-snap. So I bought another piece of which I showed you last time. I think it's Ocean Treasures or something like that. Let me show you the picture of what it looks like when it's finished. There we go. Now, so I want to stitch it so she is swimming downwards. So I set it all up to do. Counted my way into the middle. Like that is where I'm going to start. Started. I did like 100 stitches, including some Chromatic. And then I was talking to someone about it, and then I realised I'd stitched her the wrong way round. She was 90 degrees across the fabric and would not have fitted had I continued. I couldn't believe it. I was quite annoyed, so I frogged the entire thing, stomped off, I made myself a cup of tea and restarted. And she is definitely the right way around now. So that is how far I've got. It should be that way. Should it? Yes. Because she's going downwards. Yeah. So there we go. So that's just the bit here. As she is swimming. So we put it underneath the camera. So you can see there is so much Chromatic called for in this, and a ton of different blues and some blended ones, which is why I've had to do it at 2/2, and why it's going to be enormous. But that's okay, and at some point it'll be finished, and I'll have to find a space on my wall, and that is a future me problem. Currently doesn't, for a couple of years, does not need to worry about that, and who knows where I'll be at. So there's that. So I'm quite happy with that. I've finally restarted it, and stitching it on this 25 count as opposed to the Ada is much better. I'm really glad I made that change. No idea what I'm going to do with the Ada fabric. I'll have to, I don't know. I'll have to come up with something. So that's what I stitched at the retreat. Oh, I also stitched some of my Chatelaine, because I was allowed to. Although if I get into the one for next year, it's apparently just a Mirabilia and not an everything else thing. So this is how far I've got with my Chatelaine. I will stick in a picture, it's a very bad picture though, of what it should look like when it's finished and where I was at last time. And I've been using this for the 100 Days of Chatelaine, which is on the Facebook group. And I have completed this corner round here and just come up to this triangle section here. I haven't actually done my 5 stitches for today, so I should get on with that. I'll do that while this is editing. So I'm getting the hang of these specialty stitches. I've got some rice stitches and some Jessica stitches and some Igerian eyelets. There we go, said it right. There's only 3, so I'm getting the hang of those. It's going quite well. Outlining with this gold. There's another section of the border that goes around here, which I haven't got to. I have started thinking about beads already because that's the fun bit. And I've got some dithering to do about that as well. So yeah, that's coming along. This is on 28 count. Khione, I think that's how you pronounce it. I've put it in the notes down below. From Chromatic Alchemy, and it is very sparkly and lovely. So that's that one. Yep, that's all I stitched on the retreat. Excuse me. So there was a Formula 1 race while I was at the retreat. I did catch it was at a stupid o'clock because it was in Australia. So I caught a little bit of the qualifying because I was failing to sleep. So I put it on the radio and I dozed in and out and woke up when people crashed. But I missed the entire actual race, even though I was thinking, well, I'm waking up at stupid times, so maybe I'll catch it. But I woke up, turned the radio on just in time as Leclerc crossed the finish line, so I did not manage to watch. I watched the highlights when I got back home, and that was quite good. So this is my Stitch F1 piece. Oh, let's put it up here first, and this is Barbara Anna Up in the Air. And I will put in a picture of what it should look like when it's finished and where I was last time. And I have stitched, what did I do? I stitched some of these houses. I think that's mostly what I've done. Stitched these houses and these trees over here. And I did some of these birds and some of the clouds as well. And I think that was it. Yeah, so that's another, I think it's 300 stitches for the race length, or 308, something like that. And I can't remember who came where. Norris got some points, so I stitched his points in orange, and Hamilton got some points as well. And his I did in black and white because that's McLaren. So that's good. So it's making progress. This is on 25 count something or other. I don't know. It came in a random pack from Sew It All, where random selection pack, because I didn't have any fabric. So, yep, that's that. Right, sorry, I'm being hopelessly distracted by the cat. I have also done, Marigold. So I have almost finished this. So this one is my focus piece for so I belong to a Facebook group called Semi-Sane Stitchers, and one of the events they have is I think it's called This or That April, and you had to post something that either had April in stitch on something that either had April in it or was spring related. Was it spring? Maybe it had spring in it and it was spring related. So I chose Marigold, and I'll put in a picture of what it looks like when it's finished. And oh, hello cat. And what it. Okay, stop nudging the camera. You'll make everyone sick. Okay, let me just move that out again. There we go. Yes. So this is by, I think it's SA Stitch. I'll put it down below. This is a Ukrainian stitcher. It just needs, so I've finished this bit up here, with the buds, and I've done that back stitching. I think I did the back stitching on this flower here, and I've gone up here, and so I have stitched it on slightly too small a piece of fabric, so I'm cutting off the branch that carries on here, and I have not bothered to stitch the branch that comes out this one and comes here, because it looks a bit odd if I do, because you get none of the buds before I have to stop it again, so I've not bothered. So what's left to do is that I just need to do some back stitching around these branches and over this flower section, and that'll be done. This is stitched on 25 count something or other out of that random bag that I got, and this will hopefully be in time for my nudging the microphone, hopefully be in time for my friend's birthday, and she likes gardening, so hopefully she'll like that. So that's that one, and I had a new start. So as I mentioned, I think last time, I'm going to this hippie festival, and I volunteered to decorate a compost toilet. I know, sounds ridiculous. And the theme that I've gone for is unicorns. And so I put in a picture here of, so I typed in unicorn and poop into Etsy, and surprisingly quite a few patterns came up, and this is one of them. So I'll put in a picture of what it looks like, and this is where as far as I've got, which isn't very far. I think that's 100 stitches. Also need to do some more of that today. Hello, cat. So yeah, I need to carry on with that one, and then I can display it in the toilet. Actually no, I don't have time. I was going to say I might do it twice. One as a white unicorn and one as a black unicorn. But I don't think I'm going to have time. But I might have time to do the quirky Quaker unicorn as well, which would be quite fun. And then when I get back from the hippie festival, I can put them up in my own toilet. Yeah. And I think that's it. I think that is all the stitching that I've done. Cat is now sitting on all my stitching. Last night I was battling with him to so he's sitting on my knee and I was stitching, and I haven't done that since my cat died a couple of years ago, which has made it a bit odd to have a cat in the house. I mean, lovely, but a little bit strange. But she was quite old and very used to me, so she didn't bother with all the fact that I was stitching and the threads were moving up and down. She wasn't fussed at all. Miko, on the other hand, was entranced, and I had to keep moving it away so that he didn't try and eat the threads and bite them and all of that. So and now I'm ending up with cat fur. I'm going to end up with cat fur all over my stitches again, and oh well, it's a familiar problem. I'm going to be a bit sad, I think, when he leaves later on this week, despite all the chaos he's causing. Hello again. Hello. Shall we try and do you want to properly show yourself in the camera? Oh my god. You do not, do you? Okay. No, he does not want to say hello. Oh, hang on. On his own terms. That's there we go. Got the back of his head. Come on, Miko. Go. There we go. Well done. What a lovely cat you are. Yes. No eating the microphone. So yes, so that's Miko. A guest appearance while his family are off in Turkey having fun. Now he's eating the phone. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I keep saying something I really need to stop saying. So thank you very much for subscribing. If you're new here, please think about liking and subscribing. It makes me happy, and then you don't get to miss another Floss Tube. Because why would you want to do that? So I'll probably see you. I'll probably do another Floss Tube at the beginning of May, once I've done some more stitching, and I think I think that's it. Thank you very much.